I just bought this Toyota Matrix, and it has a problem idling. I have a P0172 Bank 1 2 Rich code, and I'll show you it on the scanner right now. So it's cold, but it's not doing a warm-up idle of 1900 RPM, which is what this car used to do when I first got it. And then if I get on my phone here, and then when I get on the app, here you can see if I scan for check engine lights. Now it's really idling terribly. In order to figure out what's going on, we can check our long-term fuel trims are horrifically negative. That should be around 0, I think. But you can see this mass airflow rate is a lot. It's way too much. So I'm gonna go get some mass airflow sensor cleaner and clean the MAF and see if that fixes my problem. Now you can see the air box is right here, and your MAF is right here. This is what we need to clean. First, we need to remove these 2 clips. One is missing on my car. And then I need to remove this clamp that's holding the air intake hose on. And I'm going to use a 10 mil nut driver for that. Inside the airbox lid, you can see the MAF, which is going to be that little wire up there. That's what we're going to spray with our MAF cleaner. And the back side as well, you can see the MAF right there. So that's what we're going to spray with the cleaner, and then we will plug everything back in and try it out. Instead of spending a bunch of time fighting with parts and refusing to take everything off, just remove everything. And don't forget where it goes. And while we're in here, let's have a look at the air filter. So overall, this filter is not terrible. There's definitely some debris on the underside of the filter. You can see that. And on the intake side of the filter, it looks all right. I don't think anything particularly gross is getting into the intake through this. But I've got a new one, so. So we are back in the Matrix after having just attempted our fix. We cleaned the MAF, and now we're just trying to connect to our little O2 sensor. Alright, first we're going to start the car and see if it really even runs at all. Still does not seem to be running right at all. It's cold, it should be at like 1700 RPM. Well, I tried cleaning the MAF and that appears to have not solved our issue at all. We're still seeing a really large airflow rate, which doesn't really make any sense. Well, that's a bummer. We tried the quick fix for, well, about 12 bucks. And it didn't work out, but that's okay. Got some MAF cleaner now, so I'll hold on to this for about the next 30 years, and you know, by then $12 won't be so much. So my next step is that I'm going to borrow a MAF sensor from my buddy and see if that will make it run right. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to go ahead and buy another mass airflow sensor, and that should fix my problems. So now I'm going to go ahead and swap out this MAF sensor and see if the car will run right. Just going to spray a bit of silicone lube on my finger here and then rub it on this O-ring. Is that necessary? Probably not, but okay, we're going to start the car now and see if there's any change in the idle. So it's still having trouble idling, but that might be the long-term fuel trim. At least when I tip in the throttle, it doesn't stall out. All right, let's move the car outside and continue this test. So the ECU might have to relearn. So I went for a quick drive in the Matrix. It's idling properly now. I was able to get you know, some red line pulls in there and all that stuff, and it seems to be running good. So I cleared the code. So not only was it running right, but also if you check out the mass airflow rate, it's a little lower now, 0.5, and then also the long-term fuel trim, this is the critical part, that's only 5% now, whereas it was like 40% at the start of the video. So that's a successful MAF swap, and now this thing is running good. So that's awesome. That's exactly what we want. Now I can drive this thing again. This is gonna be pretty sweet. Now, ironically, I'm about to shoot the video where I say, I bought the Matrix! Because really it had a bunch of problems, but you know, we did videos on that. Those will come out after the video that I say I bought it. Okay, and you're gonna recognize this shot because I'm about to start the next video just like this.